Snow, ice, coastal flooding, and freezing rain. Those are some of the conditions a huge winter storm is bringing to more than a dozen states, from New York to North Carolina.
The nation's capital is expected to be the hardest hit, with more than 20 inches of snow. John Jessup brings us this look from Washington at how people prepared for the storm.
Friday morning's deceptive calm, a precursor to a potentially historic winter storm.
This is predicted to be the worst storm our state has seen since Snowmageddon.
The huge storm packing a cold punch across parts of the South, and blizzard-like conditions expected to barrel up the East Coast, leaving heavy snowfalls in Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philly, and all the way up to New York State. Hours before the storm,
this is Pepco calling.
Utility companies sending warnings to customers about potential widespread power outages.
We are closely monitoring the approaching winter storm, which may strike our service territory.
Along the eastern seaboard, residents in states like Delaware and New Jersey are worried about coastal flooding. And in the skies, flights grounded, ruining travel plans.
This is a very significant storm. We are doing the best we can to reaccommodate passengers.
The heaviest snowfall expected in Washington, with as much as 2 feet of snow.
People all across the National Capital Region aren't messing around, from its leaders like the mayor of D.C., who declared Thursday morning a state of emergency, closing all public schools today, or area residents who are heading into grocery stores, stocking up on supplies, preparing to be holed up for the weekend.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to run out of my food. I don't want to run out of my water and my bread and chili.
Nerves are high after what many are calling a trial run, in which an unexpected light snow left motorists stranded for hours, even delaying Washington's most famous resident and his motorcade and Wednesday's nightmare commute.
We are very sorry for inadequate response.
For the 77 million people in the storm's path, they're hoping to dodge another disaster in the wake of a potentially historic storm. John Jessup, CBN News, Washington.
Well, despite the big winter storm, pro-life leaders are planning to go ahead with this year's annual March for Life. Charlene Aaron has that story from the CBN Newsroom. Charlene?
That's right, Gordon. The theme of this year's march is that being both pro-life and pro-woman go hand in hand. It's meant to challenge the idea that the work against abortion is part of a so-called war on women.
Any of the language about war on women is just false rhetoric. You know, that's just not true. To be pro-woman is to be pro-life. Women are empowered by the ability to be mothers.
And the March for Life takes place every year on the anniversary of the Supreme Court Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion. And you can find out more about this story, including an update on today's events, by going to cbnnews.com. Well, Islamic terrorists killed at least 20 people in an attack on a popular beachfront hotel and restaurant in Mogadishu, the capital city of Somalia in East Africa. They struck with a car bomb followed by gunfire.
I was with friends when they detonated the first explosion. Luckily, I survived, but my friends died on the spot. I saw windows being smashed and people began to run here and there. It was actually a sad moment. What a world we live in. There is almost no place safe anymore.
The al-Qaeda-linked terrorists are waging an insurgency against the Somali government. Some Somali Americans have reportedly joined the group. Here at home, an amazing new study has found that our memories can hold 10 times as much information as scientists previously thought. Almost as much information that's on the World Wide Web, or about 4.7 billion books. Researchers at the Salk Institute for Biological Studies found that key parts of the brain were more complex than scientists knew, and that there is an underlying precision and efficiency in the way that the brain works. The new findings could help scientists build better computers. Gordon?
Now, if it can only help me find my keys. I've got too much information in there, so I can't find it.